Hi team, we are Unibloom, and over the past 1 year, we have spoken with a lot of small and mid-sized companies, and they all have one problem in common. The CSRD and CBAM regulations are coming soon to the smaller and medium-sized companies, and most of their emission is sitting in the purchased goods and services. And the decisions on what is purchased is made by the procurement team, and they don't have the enough expertise and resources to make decisions based on emissions, not just cost. So we figured out Unibloom, as we are the experts in emission databases, can help these teams by combining the cost and our own expertise to choose different alternative options to reduce emissions and help the procurement team. So let's get a quick live demo of how the tool works. And we have an input as skimmed milk powder, which is used as a thickener in ice cream, and it is sourced from Germany. Let's find a sustainable alternative. Right now, the switch is validating the inputs and scanning for different alternatives and calculating the cost. So it found 3 alternatives along with the cost and emissions. And the alternatives have lesser emission than skimmed milk powder. And we have the data freshness here, which is really important for cost data because cost can be highly time sensitive. So we give a confidence data based on the date from which the data was found. Here you can see it's medium, and this one was high because it's from this month in April. If you go down, you can get a expanded view why this alternative is suggested, how feasible it is to replace skimmed milk powder in ice cream. The emissions are coming from, you can see the emission data source here and the cost data source. We also give a best match among all the alternative it's suggested based on the best feasibility and cost. Another option is to find suppliers who can provide the alternative that the switch suggested. And finally, you have the share link, which you can share with anybody you want. The results of this page can be shared via this link.
Now coming on to data part, this is where TinyFish plays a major role for us. We are not only building our database, which consists of costs and emissions using TinyFish, we are also generating lots of context for our AI agents. It helps me to generate a lot of feeds value for our current going alternatives. It helps me also to go beyond the index-based searches. It helps me to go to semantic-based searches where a TinyFish agent can be deployed on some prompts and some schemas to find me some data related to our ingredients. It also helps us to automate a lot of stuff. For example, if an oat protein value is not found for something, for example, emissions are not found for oat protein, what TinyFish can do is it can initiate the web agent, get the values for the oat protein, save values in database, come back again to the website, logs in as an admin, come back to data, come back to the website, generate the share link and share that with a linked user. This is really good from TinyFish part where we can automate lots of stuff and reduce the time for the people using the application.
What we want to ask from Mango Capital is we got really great reviews from a lot of potential customers, but we still need to make a lot of modifications and improvements in the platform, which needs capital and also word of mouth to get this tool to more people who needs to make sustainable decision and is confused on how to use the resources best.